Hi, everyone. I should probably do this on Instagram Live too, so let's do that together. I don't know how to do all this stuff, but I'm just thinking in my head, if I can figure this out to save my world, then we'll do it Instagram Live. Does anyone know how to do that? Is anyone here? And can anyone freaking help me figure this out? Let's see. She's got a confession. My confession is, how do you do this? Who's that? Hi, Eve, my angel. Hi. I'd love to figure out how to do these live things, but on Instagram, shit, darn it. Oh, my friend, she's doing a live. Anyway, I'm not that good. I guess I'm not that smart. Hi, guys. Hi, friends. Does anyone know how to help me with that? Instagram live. Oh, so bored. Let's do it. Let's ditch Instagram and let's talk about the flow state. It's Honeybee Henderson. Hi, everyone. Hi, cuties from all over. I'm signing in this morning, this afternoon, this evening from Venice, California, from my little casita here, which has been such a super good holding spot for me. And I had a question come in last week that a woman wanted me to address in the Wake Up Wednesdays, which was how to really embody your yes and no, and how to know the body's natural intelligence and how to sync up with the natural intelligence of the intuition and the gut brain. And it's simple. I mean, it's simple and it takes effort. So I've been kind of in this like query for some time because people have asked me many times, how do I live the way that I do in this state of flow? And it's actually a learned process that everyone can learn. So I want to give you guys some tips today. I want you to share it with everyone. Shalom, my beauty. She's so lucky to be in Oregon right now. So the question I have for you all is, how do you know when you're in the flow? What points you in that direction? How do you access the flow state? So any feedback we'll kind of talk about together. But basically, the flow state is known to many people who study it, many psychologists, many people who study the flow state. They often say it's when you're in the zone. So when we have essentially released ourselves from all the distractions and we really can go deep into what's the zone. Being in the zone is another way of just saying being in the moment and being present. Hi, Patrish. And we all have moments where we feel like we're in the zone, and we all have moments where we feel completely opposite and out of sync with whatever is happening in the moment. So some of the ways that the body will respond is when the parasympathetic nervous system is activated. This is the nervous system that is responsible for a lot of our autonomic processes, like beating of the heart or the breathing of the lungs, the digestive system. When these nerves are in a relaxed state, then the energy of our spirit, of our soul, can really move through and assist us in getting into that state of flow. One of the things that I have noticed is that the first thing we need to do is we need to clean. So what I mean by cleaning is it's about being conscious and being aware of what you're eating, what you're putting into your body, being aware of the foods you eat, also being aware of the images that you see, not really paying attention to like the gossipy television or the fear-based news, and also really staying away from entertainment that hurts the psyche. Anything that has aggression or killing or murdering, it's probably not a very good thing to keep your container clean. So we want to do the things, we want to feed ourselves in a good way. The food we eat, the thoughts we have, the judgments, this is something that we need to clear right away. But Yeah, cleaning, limpia. This is the most important thing. Many, many moons ago, when different groups were doing initiations, they would have their initiates really fast and pray and come into a very clean space before they would take the initiation, whether that was working with the plant medicine or whether that was working with more energy in the spiritual realms. Every initiate would go through a phase of fasting, of prayer, of really cleaning themselves to receive the energy, to receive the guidance on what is next for their activation to the next level of energy that their container could hold. So, in a simple way, we can do the same. We can just be more aware of the things that we are eating and the amount of rest that we're getting and the amount of time that we're staying in a state of gratitude. These things seem so simple, but added up, they help us to stay in the flow so that we can actually hear the wisdom of our intuition, which happens to live in the gut brain, the sacrum area, and the spleen, in fact, is one of the most important organs for us to receive intuition, intuitive hits on the next phase and what to do next. So many of us have experienced the flow state, when we're kind of in a place of awe. Maybe nature puts us into the moment, into the flow state. Perhaps it's really diving down deep into some creative aspect of your life that can put you into the flow state or the zone. Athletes can get into the zone. Essentially, it's about being completely present so that you can actually see what's happening in the moment, because the moment is so full and so rich with different things coming in, that when we're in the flow state, we have a very focused energy for just what's happening. And it's like we have the capacity, the availability to deal with all this energy, but what we do with it is how we bring it into flow and how we execute it into this dimension, into this realm. I'm looking at my notes because I want to share some cool things with you guys. Hearing the wisdom is one thing. So first we have to clean our bodies so that we can kind of get into a relationship with our body. The body is always going to be very simple. And imagine we are computers. We are binary computers, ones and zeros. That's really all we are. So there's nothing more complicated than a yes or a no. Every moment is brought to us. Is this something to go into, or is this something to pull back from? So in these states of what I call flow state, it's the most important to be in touch with your body's internal compass. So when my body says do this, that I actually listen to it and move forward in that direction. My mama's calling. Hi, mama. We'll talk later. So this is very important, is the execution. So first, we are getting signals from our body all the time. We get it in a feeling way, we get it in a knowing way, some of us get it in an auditory way, some of us are visual, but we're always receiving information from the body. The trick and the key is to listen and to move with it, even when it doesn't make any sense at all. This is the most important piece, to move with the wisdom of the body, even when it doesn't make sense at all. So for example, the first time I had this experience, and I'm curious to hear you guys and how you experience the flow and what it is like for you. So please share if you're hanging out with me. But the first time that I really heard the wisdom of my body, I've shared this story before. I was up in the mountains by myself. I was working with a fire, and all of a sudden, I got this message: stand up. And I was like, what? Stand up. Okay, so I stood up, and then all of a sudden, the energy just started to move me and to dance me. And this was very, and it was just like this playful energy, like just checking me out. Like I'm checking it out, it's checking me out. Am I going to listen to the wisdom in my body? Am I going to go against it? Most of the time, in the past, I would go against it, but it's starting to become, at this point in my life, more and more clear that the body has an intelligence that can really speak to us. The key, again, is to listen. A few months after this experience, maybe even a year later, I was going to bed and just a lazy day for whatever reason, was feeling not interested in brushing my teeth that night. And I got this message, get up and brush your teeth. And so, of course, I got up and I kind of annoyingly, because I was really ready to sleep, got up and brushed my teeth. And as I looked at myself in the mirror, the message that I got was, we're just checking to make sure you're listening. And this is the one of the most important pieces that I have come into in my own life, is that the messages are always there, but the real question is, are we listening? Are we acting? Are we acting upon the energy that's being given to us without question? Now, sometimes these things make more sense than others. And the intuition will never get you into trouble. The intuition is always going to guide you in a direction of your soul. So for me, being in the flow or being in the zone is really a process of being present in the moment, being so present that the subtleties, the cues that my body is giving me will be so clear after I've done all this cleaning and all this limpia and all of this deep inner work, which is, I'm sorry, but you can't skip it. When we do this deep inner work, then we can receive the clarity from our body. So this is where the energy, it really lives inside of all of our cells. And it's this intelligence that we come in with that's connected to source, whatever you call it. For me, it's Divine Mother, but whatever you call this energy that you are also a part of, this is how it wants to move through us. Then finally, I wanted to just share a little, because we're planning this trip to India, and oftentimes we are able to be in the flow, quote unquote, when we take a sacred pilgrimage, when we go on a journey, when we get out of our comfort zone and travel, whether that's traveling to the other side of town to go see a film, or whether we are traveling across the world. It doesn't really matter, because what matters is that we get out of our patterns, we get out of our habits, because oftentimes we wake up on the same side of the bed, we have our same morning routine, we have our same morning ritual, we go to work in the same way, and everything becomes a very deep embedded groove in our psyche. And it's really kind of impossible to listen to the nuances of the soul that move through the body when we're super programmed in a particular way. So I don't know, is that useful to you guys? I hope this is good information, good insight. This is the way that I have been very much listening to my own inner wisdom and listening to my body. And she's never, ever set me in the wrong direction. And if it does, I just course correct. So it's really no big deal. But I really encourage everyone today to go out and to play with it. Play with listening, play with, last October I was in Paris for 10 days for no reason really, except for to learn how to listen to my body. And I literally went outside of the house every single day with no headphones, no nothing, no map, and just allowed my feet to guide me. Turn left, turn right, talk to this person, sit here, stand now, turn around, change direction, do this. And it was such a fine tuning of my honing skills of what flow is. Now, this I recommend. Play with the flow, play with the energy that wants to move through your body, play with the wisdom that comes through in this very simple yes and no, and let go of the difficulties and whatever videos you're watching. It's really easy. It's very not easy, it's simple. The ease comes in the effort. So it gets easier over time, but it definitely is simple. And as my beautiful sister Sally from Sedona says, the world runs on yuck or yum. And either the experience is yuck or it's yum. You either stay away from it or you go into it. But there's only two choices, ever. So the rest of it is just telenovela drama. We can clip, and that's part of the limpia, part of the cleaning. And then the trust comes in moving with your body. So I'm super grateful for the question today to go into this. It's been a big part of my path in these last decade of how to work with life. and how to really be a creator of my own reality in a good way, in a way that feels good to my heart, in the way that I'm honoring my body and my gut. So again, I've had several, and you probably have too, you've had several experiences of what it feels like to be in the flow, but it's simple. So go back to yuck, yum, and just see, practice, play today, and let me know how it goes for you. Is the moment yucky or is it yummy? Go forward or stay back. And maybe it's a no for now. So we just honor it and don't question. Honor every bit of your body's wisdom without question. If your body says turn left, then just see what it feels like. Lean in, turn left, see what that feels like. If your body says, okay, for example, if your body says join us on the path to mother in India, then listen to that too. And know that the pieces of the puzzle will fall into place when they need to be and not a moment before. So we're just working with trust and listening and learning to be in flow with our body. Okay, that's my time for today. We'll see you guys. It's time for tacos, vegan tacos. Hey, hey, hey. Going to a nice, yummy place to eat tacos. Much love, much peace, many blessings on your yuck and yum. Let me know how it goes. Namaste.